Hello, hello, hello to all my uniques out there. This is your girl, Akudo. Welcome to your unique wisdom. We celebrated survivors yesterday, November the 2nd, at Spirit Life Church of God. It was a blast. We saw real survivors. Survivors don't look like what they went through. Just like the three boys in the Bible, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they went into the furnace of fire and when they came out, the people said, "Oh my God," Nebuchadnezzar said, "They don't even look like they came out from fire." And they did not smell smoke on them. Oh, my uniques, those of you that missed it, oh, you missed big time. My survivors are looking good. They are looking strong. They are looking free. Remember, the Bible says, whosoever the Son of God sets free is free indeed. These survivors came, they saw, and they conquered. They were standing tall with their backs held high, and they were walking like king's kids. Yesterday was a blast. For those of you that missed it, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be sharing some clips from the event so that you guys can see what happened and how we enjoyed yesterday. We tried to educate, we tried to inform, we tried to socialize, and we tried to empower each other. We created awareness because together we thrive. Together we stand. Remember, we are saying no as individuals. We are saying no as a community. We are saying no as a society to domestic violence, to verbal abuse, to physical abuse, to emotional abuse, to psychological abuse, to cultural abuse, to spiritual abuse, to financial abuse, and any and all kinds of abuse. Yesterday we stood up together with Unique and said, no, enough is enough. We don't want to deal with the statistics anymore. We don't want to deal with the data anymore. We are here to protect, to provide, and to be there for each other. Enjoy the clips.
See, I'm not alone. See? Oh, you know what I mean. All right. The moment is right. Let's have Dr. EK to the microphone so she can give us some key information. So please, as you grind and dine, please listen attentively. Dr. EK. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're in church, so I will be. Praise the Lord. My name is Ikiade. Actually, I'll be 42 on Tuesday. It's my birthday. I have 5 children. I'm a domestic violence survivor since last year, August. I want to say it's a very scary place to be. You can be in a domestic violence relationship or marriage for 40 years without even knowing what to do. One of the things that I kind of put together today, because I talk to people online, I have some little online counseling that I do. As soon as I found my voice this year. It was hard to get that voice because where I am from originally from Nigeria. My culture says no matter what's going on in your home, you have to stay. Just stay, keep staying. And the belief is you're staying for the kids. I just want you guys to know there is no reason why you should stay in any domestic violence. When you stay, if you're staying for the kids, it's either you're raising another abuser or you're raising another victim. The moment I was able to make that decision, I checked all my kids and myself into therapy, and we're still getting therapy up to today. The court system is messed up. The family court system is messed up. And that's why we need to do this awareness. We need the awareness. We need to let people know that this is really happening. and just one is standing right in front of you. I have a doctorate, and the little story how I got up to the doctorate is because when I was going through this in my marriage, I decided to put my pain in school. I was using the school to numb my pain. I could have chosen to be on drug. I could have chosen to do any other thing, but it was mainly, I lost my church, but I have a different church now, but I was a great worker at church. I was a choir. I was the head of beautification department. I made my kids do stuff in church. So I was putting most of the pain doing all this. School, breadwinner, working 2 jobs, having babies. And then in 2017, when I graduated, I was very empty because there was nowhere to. It became very obvious when I graduated finally in 2017 because I was very empty. There was nothing else to do. I have to sit down there and face my abuser every night. Because when I was in school, I can take up my book and pretend like I'm studying, you know. So that's just by the way. So let's just talk a little bit about domestic violence. So when people think about domestic violence, they want to say, oh, at least it didn't beat me. No, it's not physical only. Domestic violence is financial, it's sexual, it's emotional, it's psychological abuse, and just the scar from the beating. You guys can see the scar, but you cannot see the scar in your heart. And you see, but emotional abuse is even worse than physical abuse. Because if somebody beats me up, I can see it. And when I tell you, abusers, they are very manipulative. They can manipulate you and you will commit suicide. And when you commit suicide, they're going to tell you, I told you she's crazy. And a little bit of, let me just put in some numbers. Of course, 1 out of 4 women and 1 out of 3 men. So it's not gender-based. It can happen to anyone. And another thing I need to put in, it's not socioeconomic status. It can happen to even the well-to-do women are more abused than anything. Because it's scary. You can't say it out. You can't just tell anyone. And most of the time, women were very good at painting things very well. You know, we paint it, we package it, we call it packaging. We package it pretty well. I remember that people used to look at me and be like, I want your marriage. I said in my heart, I said, please don't ask for what you don't know. You just don't know. Just because I do my makeup and look good and I saw them, just everyone to think that everything is okay. Everything is not okay. Sometimes I just got slapped in the car before I got to whatever place we are. You know, and sometimes I sit down and I get the glare. It's called, if you guys can look it up, it's called sociopath glare. I get that piercing glare at me, we're in public, and everything about me will change. Because I'd be like, okay, what did I do, you know? I didn't know about all this, but guess how I found out? Because I started educating myself. I knew something was wrong. But I can't put my hands, lay my hands on it. That what is going on with my marriage? I want my marriage to work. I did everything, I gave everything. So saying that is when anybody comes to you and says, I am being abused, believe them. It takes strength to speak out. It takes strength. It doesn't, how do I say, people will say, what's this word? It takes 2 to tango. In an abusive marriage, it does not take 2 to tango. You are not part of your abuse. You don't deserve to be abused. We have the color purple because October is the domestic violence awareness. We have the color purple. The color, whoever came up with the color, I will tell you what that color means. Actually, I had a purple dress today. I got up here and my zip got messed up, so I had to go to the store and get this. I love purple. So, let me tell you what color purple. We are all royal. And you know, when we are royal, treat her like a queen. and treat him like a king. It takes a king to find a queen, you know. And then I believe in the word submissive. I used to just take that word submissive in the Bible and I want to submit. But think about it. What are you submitting to? Are you submitting to someone that doesn't know God? Those words brought me out of my abuse because I had to I want to get a more understanding of the Bible. Why should I keep submitting to someone that's abusing me? I went on Google, I can search. If I'm going through anything, all I do is search and search and search. And I came across this blog, and this lady was talking about how your body is the temple of God. Because we believe that I am married, even though after your husband has abused you, he still has the right to have sex with you. So even when he forcefully put himself on me, I am married, I have to let him. But I came across this blog. She said your body is the temple of God. Any man that does not respect your body has no rights to that body. And that was what woke me up. To say sometimes I can say no. I am not gonna have you do anything with me. If you abuse me throughout the day and at night time you want to come to me without even letting us talk about this, I will not let you. Of course, you know what comes after that. You've been sleeping around, you've been doing this and that. It's okay, whatever you're thinking, but I will not let you continue to abuse me, you know. So let's talk about the color purple. So, okay, color purple, it's royalty. I said that it's noble, it's luxury, it's power, and it's ambition. Purple also represents wealth, extravagance, creativity, wisdom, dignity, grandeur, devotion, peace, and mystery, independence, and magic. Purple is magical. So every time I found this somewhere and I just feel like, okay, when I was trying to get myself out, I took the color purple very, very important. I would say, I am a queen, I am royal. I look at my children as I'm raising queens. I only have one boy. I'm raising queens and I'm raising a king. I said, I will not let anyone treat them like nobody. And one of, like, you know the way you try to psych yourself, like, you know, this is what I want and I believe in it. So that's, by the way, a little bit about my story. So let's talk about us in churches. I'm not sure about the American church, but like the African church, Nigerian church, it's not really, how do I put it? It's not really comfortable to speak with anyone at church when you're going through abuse. Especially as women, they'll be like, are you submissive? Have you done this? Have you done that? But what you're not asking is, what is the man doing? You know, we women, the teachers, we do meetings, we do conferences, how to treat your man, how to work in a marriage. What are we doing to the guys? You know, I'm just challenging everyone here. You need to raise your boys and you need to raise your girls. You need to let them know abuse is not okay, and to abuse someone is not okay. And there's difference between a troubled marriage and an abusive marriage. In a troubled marriage, things can be fixed, but in an abusive marriage, things cannot be fixed. Abusers don't want to get better. Most of them have personality disorder, which is called narcissist. And some of the narcissists are sociopaths or psychopaths. They don't get better. So I am saying this, the pastors here, the ministers here, when any woman comes to you, don't bank on trying to resolve and fix their marriage. You need to work more on them getting therapy separately. When an abuser gets therapy with the wife, or or female abuse get therapy with a husband, it doesn't work out. It doesn't. Because it's easy for an abuser to manipulate the therapist. They can manipulate anyone. I have been trying to fix my marriage since 2006. And every time I cry to the pastor, I have videos. Listen to this video. I'm not lying. This is what this man is doing to me. He doesn't do it in the secret. He does it in the presence of the children. Ask my kids. I'm not lying. But they don't believe me. And I'm just saying this today. When anyone comes to you and said, I have been abused, believe them. And I will continue to say, it takes strength to speak out. And you see how this place is filled, no one is here. But if the flyer says something else, I promise you, everywhere will be filled up. Because domestic violence is something that we don't want to ever talk about. We don't want to talk about it. Even those of us that are trying to say things about it, I get slammed all the time online, on my Facebook, on my IG. People say things, oh, she's an angry woman. I say to them, I said, go look at my picture before and now. I am so gorgeous now because I have peace. I am not angry, I am speaking the truth. I said, it's painful that I lost my marriage, but I've been in counseling. All men are not the same. And all women are not the same. If you're still angry, you will believe all men are the same. All men are not the same. And I'm just saying thank you to my friends that are here to support me, Mr. Tony and Mr. B. And my daughter, Adebukola. That's my first daughter. Stand up, let them see her. She's a survivor too. She went through hell, and I'm so grateful for her. When I tell you I have a pillar after God, she is. You know, and I want to say this to you. If you don't know anything about abuse and you're trying to help a friend or a church member, just watch YouTube channel, learn about it. Don't use what you know or what you heard to try to counsel her. It's kind of hard if you've not been through it. If you've never been through any abuse, you won't understand. People would say, oh, she doesn't want to live, she's in love. It is not love, it's called trauma bonding. When you are in an abusive marriage or relationship, you trauma bond with your abuser. In the biblical form, it's called soul ties. It takes the Holy Spirit to break it. And when I tell you, I prayerfully walked myself out of my marriage. It was very painful. I just don't know why I'm there. I couldn't leave because it's not given. I'm the breadwinner. This is not like because he has money and I stayed. I'm not happy since 2006. But I still stayed. First of all, I'm scared of what people will say. Oh, she left. And of course, even if I stay in there and die, people will be like, why didn't she leave? Do you have to be married? So just think about it. You leave, you're in trouble. You don't leave, you're in trouble. So what exactly are you going to do? So I tell people, just do what is best for you. Reach out to people and get the help. What's the pastor here? Pastor John. I am just saying this. If you have anyone that is in charge of their family, tell them to get some training. And it's really, really important. Tell them to get some training. When you get the training on domestic violence, it's easy to pick who is lying. And I tell you, abusers are very, very smooth. If my ex is here today and if he talks to you, you will pick up a gun and shoot me. And those that will go stand in court and say, I'm going to testify against this woman, don't do it because you don't know the story. I'm speaking for women now. Women love where they are being cared for. No woman will leave a marriage except she has a psych problem or personality disorder, except she's another narcissist. No woman want to leave a marriage. Women were ready to die in that marriage. So if you've been counseling couples and one part is not ready to be part of the counseling, I promise you it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And we need to stop trying to fix what's not fixable. And the bottom line is abusers don't want to change. And they don't change. And we can try to patch it, but guess what? If the woman comes to you the first time, you patch it and you tell her to go back to her abuser, next time she won't come to you. And before you know it, she's emotionally abused and she end up dying. Women will go to work and slum and just die.
Hello my uniques, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to give us a thumbs up, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Remember to also write me uniqueakudo@gmail.com. You are beautifully and wonderfully made by God. That is why you are unique. Be kind to yourself and to each other. Bye-bye.